those who believe they won the battle have lost peace in their own domain. I recall Buhari said then that fighting against Boko Haram is just fighting against the northern interests and the northern population. So such person, no wonder under his own watch, the Boko Haram strive. You see, they metamorphose into banditry, of course, kidnapping, and Islamic State of West African state was given a large room to come in and dwell and occupy. You see, so they invited the destruction they are seeing today in their own domain, and they should not blame anybody for that. It's quite unfortunate for Israel. According to the statement of Netanyahu, the prime minister, he said they are building synergies with their neighboring countries, promoting commerce, promoting technology, promoting progress and peace within their, of course, allies. But what Iran is doing and its terrorist style was to use the money of the oil in their own domain to promote terrorism rather than investing on human capital development and advancement of humanity.
You call it terrorism, or is it a cause of Islamic expansionism? Because in the recent, after the last statement issued by Shetima, Igbos in their majority have distanced themselves, saying that they are instead with Israel. Then I beg to ask this question: what does the Igbos got to do with Israel?
Well, everybody has the right to support whosoever they wish, and I think that on that ground, the Igbos believe that they have common similarities, ideology, and shared value with the Israelis. It's just in my place, we observe circumcision at the 8th day of a male child, giving birth to a male child. Likewise, other, of course, traditionals that even in wedding, traditional wedding and other, of course, traditional rites or rituals. So there is similarity in terms of perception. Of course, Igbos are entrepreneurs, enterprising in nature. They promote and advance the cause of any society where they found themselves, just as Israel. Israel believe in enterprising, they believe in innovations, they believe, of course, in making life better than they find it. Of course, in contrast to the position of the Iran and the northern Nigerian populace, who believe that, of course, Western education, Western civilization is a taboo, is a haram. And no wonder, of course, they are stuck in that primitive state, taking the world hundreds years backward. You see, what I believe they should have done is to think, what is the contribution to the world's peace and progress? They should start from their own home, as charity, they say, begins at home. Let them fight, of course, the menace that is bedeviling them, that is almost, of course, destroying the very essence of human existence. Today, they hardly could go to their farms without lobbying or paying for ransom. You see, by the Boko Haram, this is what they desire, and that is what they are getting. For Israel, who have decided to protect human dignity and the sanctity of human life, you should not blame them for that. In the first instance, Israel was not the first to attack Hamas. Israel believed in coexistence and, of course, in the promotion of commerce and the bilateral relationship, making life more meaningful and more, of course, better for their partners and allies. It was Hamas hiding under the shield of course, the civilians, launched several thousands of missiles against the Israeli state, The kids, several thousands of them, adopted, cruelly murdered them, beheaded them, just as what is happening in the northern hemisphere today. And they are trying to spread the same doom, of course, to the south, just as the southwest. You told us, of course, of in your own state or your state, there have been invasion and the disruption of the communal and societal lifestyle, and people are leaving their own shores, their own ancestral homes, living for safety. You see, so you cannot continue to promote violence in the name of propagating or promulgating Islam. They said that Muhammad is a prophet of peace. And if you believe you are the adherents of Muhammad, of course, you should also imbibe that peace. And that is just all. But whatever happens, Israel has the right, of course, to defend her own territorial integrity and his own people. And to this end, Netanyahu have come to address the world that whatever be the case, we must act in defense of our fundamental human rights, which, of course, even Shetima cited that it is the freedom is an inalienable right, of course, of any people. You see, and a natural entitlement that cannot be denied. So, for Hamas invading Israel was to usurp, was to, of course, seize that right to freedom to life. So Israel has a right to, of course, defend herself and make sure that the enemies, of course, wherever, irrespective of wherever they are, must be made to face the consequences.
Mr. Chinedu, what's your take? Because we understand that the north today is being ravaged by Boko Haram and all manners of terrorism. Shetima and the United Nations seeking the freedom of Palestine, where he did not talk about the issues going on in his own backyard in Maiduguri. Mr. Chinedu, what's your take? Because your reaction?
It's an ideology that the North has come to live with. Nigeria, we understand, is a secular nation, but unfortunately, the leaders always give the impression that it is a purely Islamic state. I do not see any time or any place where Christians in Nigeria go to protest anytime Israel is under attack. But anytime Israel tends to defend themselves, we'll see all manner of protests in the north against Israel trying to protect themselves. There are so many reasons why Nigeria should not be in a country at all. Millions of reasons. Because one, naturally, culturally, and traditionally, we have struggled to come together and see whether unification can drive us, but it's not working in Nigeria. It can work in other places, but in Nigeria it cannot work. So I think instead of sending wrong signals that Nigeria is purely an Islamic state because of the kind of leadership or what our leaders always portray. Imagine somebody going to United Nations asking killers not to leave Israel. That's the meaning of what the vice president actually means. That they should allow terrorists amidst Israelis, the way they allow terrorists amidst Nigerians. So you can see that kind of concept and ideology is what they are subjecting Nigeria to. Why is it that we are not always seeing Christians do all manner of things, protest, burn shops, burn houses? Because Israel was attacked or Israelis killed. October 7, when Israel were invaded, did you see Christians in Nigeria rising up, protesting, destroying houses, causing problems? The world needs to do something about this trend. And anybody that does not support what Israel is doing today does not believe in existence. Him too is not worthy to exist. The way Amana Boko Haram operates in Nigeria tells you the bogus claim that Nigeria is an Islamic state. The Christian community has always been quiet because they are seen as not radicals. But they don't know that Christians can actually activate radicalism to defend existence. I'm not talking about God. You cannot fight for God. And I cannot say because I have a certain belief, I should not live. I cannot say because you have certain belief that you should not live.
Could it be because of this fear of reawakening the Christian radicalism is why Iran are plotting a plot to take away Trump? Because I mean, some days ago there were allegations that Iran is trying to take down Trump. Because we could remember when Trump was in power, how he helped the world to deal with this Islamic terrorism all over. We saw he even had an impact in the Bring Back Our Girls. Well, how he helped us and all that. I mean, again, your reaction.
America does not export radicalization. America does not export terrorism. America made everything clearly from the beginning that it is a free world. America represents a free world, a secular society. Whether you are a Muslim, whether a Hindu, whether a Christian, a Jew, you can operate freely in America. You just grow. Don't threaten anybody. Don't cause havoc. Just atmosphere of peace. Let everybody, because you have limited time to stay here on earth. Then why would you be struggling to eliminate somebody when you know fully well, he has a limited time to stay? America is more focused on charity than exporting terrorism, exporting killings, exporting a certain ideology that does not keep human existence. America is actually against that. So anybody that is supervising that, is breeding that, is already an enemy of America. So wherever it is coming from, we need to look at it very well and know that at this point in time, we need to know that there should be limitation, there should be a red line, there should be, a line that separates these people from these people. People should respect. If it is killing, is what makes your society, stay in your own place and kill. Kill your own people. Why are you not killing your people since you are meant to kill? Kill your own people now and then live people who believe naturally that there's always time and existence for everything. It's as simple as that. America, Nigeria will be resisted. And what they are trying to do, whatever way they are looking at it, whichever interpretation they are having, whatever plan and agenda they are having in Nigeria is targeted at Igbos, not Yorubas. They have already extended conquest to the west. 70% of Yorubas are Muslims. So that relationship will not be difficult to fraternize. But because the resources is not much on the southwest, how can Boko Haram be celebrating something that is happening in the Middle East? The governors are there. How would Northerners be celebrating something that's happening in the Middle East or protest something that's happening and they have governors there? How many times do you see such thing in other Christian regions in the country? Then when somebody come up with something, you stand up against it. That Nnamdi Kanu is not a human being. That Igbos are not worthy, they should be killed. Or what is the understanding? Everybody is fully armed. They are coming to take over. The samples, the things they are doing is what they are doing to Israel. Nigeria is, you get the picture of what is happening in the Middle East here in Nigeria.
So the reason why the insecurity has not ended is simply because majority of the Northerners sympathize somehow with the terrorists.
It's not about sympathy or what. They don't sympathize anything. This is an ideology they exported, they imported, they are comfortable with. Nobody is exporting. It is being fraternized among them. It is something they don't do away with, whether you are coming from there or not. It is something that have, somebody that is not your enemy, a fellow human being, you say you should kill. For what reason? Because he does not share the same faith.
I mean, we saw what they did with Sarah in Sokoto. However, the Igbos have distanced themselves from
No, because we will continue to do that because the problem of Nigeria, most of the problem why Nigeria cannot solve its problem is because of the position of Yorubas in Nigeria. They are neither here nor there in everything.
But they say they are the most tolerant, most
liberal. They are not tolerant anything. They are liberal. But if you are tolerant, move out, go to other places, be adventurous. What is the tolerance there? Did they stop you from buying house in the east? Did they stop you, Yoruba man, from building mansions or developing that place? Or they don't have the charisma, they don't have it.
Sorry, bro.
They don't have it. They don't have that.
But people say the Yoruba liberalism is why they accept both religions.
Bros, it's not about liberalism. It's about anybody can be liberal. Any region can be liberal. The North are also claiming liberality.
But that's what we call religious liberalism.
Bros, let me tell you, when you're talking about religious liberalism, you understand, it is a factor that does not put a certain understanding among existence. It's a problem. You copy a version and you try to modernize it. If you are being pushed to an extent, you still fall back to the original or the body that interprets what you are trying to reform. That's just it. It's a very big problem. And they always see it. That's why you are seeing Muslim ticket that is not supposed to be. We know what it was like, to bring somebody like Sowolu, Ambode to rule Lagos State. 70% of Yorubas are Muslim. To the Northerners, they don't see it as a problem. The problem is the Igbos. What you are seeing they are doing in the North are targeting at Igbos. It's a very clear thing. There's nothing. All the marginalization between Yorubas and Hausas against the Igbos.
But I don't think we have more Muslims in Yorubas. But we'll fact check that.
No, go and fact check it, because when you have a family of 10, 5 is or 7 is, and those who are trying to switch to Christianity, most Yorubas have Muslims more than Christianity, because I've already asked that question: how come the Yorubas became Muslims without Uthman Nafodio stepping his foot in Yoruba land?
But we equally have Muslims even in the southeast.
You cannot say that it's never done.
We have it in Ebonyi.
But we do not have anything. Like anybody that telling you that, you should understand what are equally. These are things you go. Are you telling me where I? Yes, I'm one of the people that supported. I worked with mandate to make Umahi the governor of Ebonyi State.
Are you saying there are no Muslims in the
Well, there are no Muslims in the eastern Nigeria. I can tell you.
But I know a few.
I am telling you, you can't put that kind of question in the public. Nobody can take that from you.
So are you saying now the issue is the religion?
Bro, conquest. Are you not hearing what I'm saying? I'm telling you that the plan is going. This, what you are seeing between Shetimba and Tinubu, is part of the process. Why did he not? You never ruled this country before. Obasanjo, was he not the president of Nigeria before? Why is it that they at a point, for 104 years, Igbo man has not become a civilian president? You think he's not smart? Yeah, because the fear of maneuvering or navigating, if Igbo becomes the president of Nigeria, will weaken or dwarf or slow down the Islamization agenda. We saw it even when Abiola was coming with it. All of them were coming. It was if you go and read, understand what the British did in 1967, you will know that there's always a carryover in disguise with policies. When Buhari brought Ruga, it's part of it. So what you are seeing in the north, they are protesting whatever that is happening. It's not the first time, it's not the second time. It tells you that the Sunnis and the Shiites are physically armed in Nigeria, looking for an entire, extension of the conquest will continue.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chinedu, for that brilliant submission, as usual. Bye for now.